getting back to the basics, where it all starts. Most of you, every conversation, every new customer conversation is starting on the P&C sell side of things. And here's the thing, is how you sell one thing is how you sell everything. Hey, welcome to the Insurance Buzz. I am your host, Michael Weaver. I'm flying solo today without Courtney, and I'm going to be talking about the close and follow-up sequence at the very end of a presentation in the P&C sales conversation. So we're talking about your auto, home, auto renters conversations. Maybe you've incorporated some financial services in there. It is what it is. I just am really focused on this conversation, getting back to the basics, where it all starts. Most of you, every conversation, every new customer conversation is starting on the P&C sell side of things. And here's the thing, is how you sell one thing is how you sell everything. So if you are selling off of price, if you are selling off apples to apples, if you are single lining autos, you're going to really struggle multi-lining that customer into anything else, period. That's what I'm very passionate about. That's why I decided to do this. Quite frankly, a lot of you have come to us and said, hey, Michael, I love Weaver Sales Academy, and there's a lot of other training options out there, but you know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of the monthly base subscription plans, man. I'm tired of it. Can you just create something that I can just buy one time from you and train new hires, train my current team, go back to at any point in time? And that's exactly what we created. We created the P&C Sales Accelerator course. Make sure you click the link below. Check it out. It is a one-time purchase. You own it forever. I don't care if you're an agent, manager, or producer. It is extremely affordable, and you will make money on it because it's something you own forever. If you're an owner or manager, you can train multiple new hires on it. You can train your current team on it. You can start incorporating it in your team meeting so you don't have to come up with the information. It's incredible. So with that being said, click the link below. Other than that, we're going to get into the episode because today's critical. So far, what I've covered in other episodes, and if you have not listened to the other episodes, I'm going to recommend you listen to the other episodes. They're short, sweet, to the point. I don't think any of them have been longer than 15 minutes. And quite frankly, I wasn't even expecting to do this little mini series I ended up doing, but it just made sense. I wanted to give you guys extreme value because this is good stuff. If you have done these 4 parts of the podcast, if you've went all the way back to like your elevator pitch and prospecting and getting that under wraps, and then you moved into stage 2 of the conversation where we covered rapport, discovery conversation, and fact finding. Then in the last episode, we covered presentation and value prop. Now we're at the close. That's what this conversation is all about today. So in this portion of the episode, I'm going to be covering the close, the science behind the close, how to get more deals done right there to make it easier than ever for the customer, how to position it in a way that you're the expert, and also how to prepare for those objections you're going to get, giving you the confidence to overcome the objection and ask for a minimum of 3 times. And then if they still say no, what that follow-up looks like. That's what is on the agenda today. So when we dive right into this, the very first thing that you need to know is when you get done with the value prop, all right, bam, sales is over, the emotional selling is over, now it's all logical. Everything up until this point has been emotional. The close is logical, guys. You're not going to go back and resell anything. We're not going to get into the emotion. It is logical. People make the actual purchase decision based off of logic. Now, you have to get them emotionally involved in the conversation, which is what we teach. That is an important, critical piece of this. But the actual close itself, bam, you say your value prop, you say your value statements, great. Now, for everything we talked about today, the 2 cars and the renter's insurance, it's only going to be $250 a month. You want to put that on a Visa, MasterCard, or American Express. We're going to assume that conversation. We're going to assume the close. Another easy one to do here. Hey, for everything we talked about today, for those 2 cars and renters, is going to be $250 a month. What day of the month do you typically like to pay for your insurance? Oh, the 15th? Perfect. Okay, well, what we can do today is we go ahead and take that very first payment, and then every month after this month, it's going to automatically come out of your account on the 15th, or if you want to choose another day, that's cool too. So you want to put that on a Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or routing account number? That's the easiest way to assume the close. I just taught you 2 ways. In the PNC Sales Accelerator course, I teach you multiple ways on how to do that. But I wanted to give you those 2 takeaways right now. If you just did that every single time, really critical. So here's the other important part from a psychological standpoint. I'm going to give you some tremendous value right now. And again, if you like what I'm talking about right now, the PNC Sales Accelerator course is going to be a freaking no-brainer for you. I really hope you take advantage of this and purchase it. But either way, if you are saving somebody money, you are not saving them $30 a month. You're not saving them $1 a day. You're saving them $360 a year or $3,600 a year or over the next 10 years. So I want you to think of, I have this saying, when you're saving people money, it's big picture savings. Man, I've got amazing news for you for all that coverage we did today on the 2 cars and renters. I'm actually saving you $360 a year. It's only going to be $250 a month for this insurance. You want to put that on a Visa, MasterCard, American Express today. Now, flip side, let's pretend like you're more expensive. Hey, I've got tremendous news for you. For all that additional coverage we gave for you today, for the 2 cars and the renters, it's only going to be $1 a day more for all this coverage. I cannot believe how good the rate came back. It's only $250 a month. You want to put this on a Visa, MasterCard, or American Express. So if you're more expensive, little picture. So more expensive, little picture, savings, big picture. Big picture savings, little picture expense. That's a critical tip right now. Guarantee if you implement that, you'll start closing more business, and you always assume the sell. You're never going to deliver the price and say, what do you think about that? Do you have any questions? You want me to email it over? Do not give the customer any reasons to give you objections. You ask for payment information, and they're going to tell you whether they object or not. I promise you, if you're like, hey, you paying with a Visa, MasterCard, Amex, they're going to be like, here it is. Or they're going to say, hey, you know what? I need to think about it. Hey, you know what? I need to talk to my spouse. Hey, you know what? I'd really like to see that if you can email that over. You let them tell you what they object to. Maybe they're sold on it. Maybe they're like, shit, Michael, this is awesome. I can promise if you start assuming every conversation, you will close about 30% of those deals without objections. If you do everything I teach in the PNC Sales Accelerator, even the little things I've taught over the last 3 weeks, now this is the 4th week or 4th episode, if you do this, you're going to start having more success. So bam, we're always going to assume the quote or always assume the sell. But let's pretend like they give you an objection. I already said this. I need to check with my other agent. I need to check with my spouse. I need to think about it. Can you email that over? I like to see them. Sound familiar? I want to keep shopping around. I want to do my due diligence. Okay. Whatever. I don't know why I keep getting that weird voice right there, but okay, whatever objection. I don't care. If any of you guys have heard me for any amount in time, you assume the sell. You go for the automatic. Let's get this going, baby. Let's get it going today because that's how you actually help them. Now, if they give you an objection, cool. We're going to get curious now. Hey, I'm with you. I get it. So we always agree. That's the number one thing in sales. We don't get combative. Hey, I'm with you. I get it. I understand. Hey, I'm with you. I get it. Yeah, I get it. I get you need to talk to your spouse. I get you want to keep shopping around. I get that you want that emailed over to you. I understand that you want to go talk to your other agent. No matter what they say here. No matter what they say, one of my favorite ways to figure out where they're at, how interested, engaged they are. Hey, real fast on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being, you have no interest in what we talked about today. Not even in the ballpark. 10 being, you loved everything about it and you're ready to get it going today. Where are you at on that scale? So that's the 1 to 10 close. I like to do that every single time. In the PNC Sales Accelerator course, I teach you 18 different closing techniques and how to overcome objections both at the end of a conversation and beginning of a conversation. But that right there, if you take that 1 to 10 and you implement that every single time, because here's the thing. Here's the rule on this. Pay attention. If they answer a 7, 8, or 9, you're going to be like, man, that score is really high. I know that you are busy. The last thing that you're going to want to be thinking about tonight is your insurance. Let's just get this taken care of. You want to put that on your Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and I'll email over all those documents. Let's get this going. Now, if they answer a 6 or below, whoa, That's a little bit lower than what I was hoping for. We must not be on the same page. I must have not have done a very good job of explaining. Real fast, what are you looking for that I wasn't able to provide you today? Like that close? 1 to 10. That's a money close. You can use it no matter what. I understand you were looking. I understand price is important. I understand you want to keep shopping around. Tell me real fast on a scale from 1 to 10. I get that you need to ask your spouse. I get you need to run this by your spouse real fast. Hey, just real fast, curiosity on a scale from 1 to 10. Hey, I get that you need to go talk to your other agent. Just real fast on a scale from 1 to 10. Hey, I get that you need to think about it, but just real fast on a scale from 1 to 10. You see how this works on any objection you hear? Any objection. Now, in that course, I also teach you some of my other favorite ways to also get the deal done to where you don't have to use the 1 to 10. Like the, I call it the money close, where you just, if you're more expensive, less expensive, you just call it out and then you close them. But either way, 1 to 10 close. I want you to get good at asking for the sell 3 times here. So I've just taught you a way to ask for the sell twice. A lot of you have heard my permission to say no close. So if they tell me no, then I'm going to say, okay, no worries. So let's pretend like I did the 1 to 10 and they're like, nope, I still need to talk to my spouse. I know I'm an 8, but I just need to talk to my spouse. Okay. Well, real fast, let's get into the follow-up and then I'll share the permission to say no close. So real fast, let's schedule a follow-up. When would be a good time? Either today, later today, tomorrow, or the next day to put on the calendar. You guys should have just heard something. That's a 48-hour rule. 2 business days. I'm never scheduling a follow-up more than 2 business days out. Great. I get that you need to talk to your spouse. Wouldn't it be a good time to follow up with you? Maybe this evening when you're talking to her, talking to him, so I can answer any questions, or tomorrow or the next day. When's a good time that works best for you? Great. And here's what I do on my follow-up. When they give me a time, I'm like, okay, perfect. Let's pretend like something comes up and you miss the call. When's the second best time to give you a call in the next 2 days? Great. Awesome. All right. Is there any reason why when we connect on this call, you will not have a yes or a no for me on that call? Any reason at all? They'll be like, nope, every time. Okay, awesome. So that's the follow-up rule I wanted to share with you, 48-hour follow-up rule. Now let's get back to the close because we're not over yet. This is what I call the permission to say no close. Hey, real fast. Okay, so tomorrow, 5 o'clock, I'm going to give you a call. If you don't answer, you give me permission to call you at 6:30. Awesome. And we agreed that you're going to be able to have an answer for me, whether it's a yes or no. And speaking of a yes or no, I want to give you permission right now to tell me no. You can tell me no right now today. You're not going to hurt my feelings. This is just business. I just have a lot of customers, or I've had some customers in the past that have just never given me an answer, and I want to give you permission to tell me no right now. If it's just not a good time, if it's not a good fit, maybe you're just not on board with it, perfectly fine. I can follow up with you in the future. However, if it is a yes, I would love to go ahead and just get this knocked out today. I'd love to get over the official paperwork to you so that when you are thinking about it or when you are talking with your spouse, that you actually have the declarations pages in hand. Because if you change your mind and you contact me tomorrow, we'll refund you and act like this never happened. So if it's a no, you can go ahead and tell me that. And if it's a yes, all I need is that 16-digit credit card number. Woo! Look at that third way to ask for the sell, yes or no, and you're giving them permission to be like, no. They've never had anybody in sales say it's okay to say no. No, they are always trying to figure out reasons to get the deal done. You're just laying it out on the table. You're like, hey, you want to work together? Great. If not, that's okay too. It's one of my favorite closing techniques. When you use that, you'll feel the tension just drop. So I covered a lot with you today. If you like what I covered over this 4-part series, I'd highly recommend taking advantage of the PNC Sales Accelerator course because you are getting a better deal with being a Buzz listener. So click the link below, check it out. Other than that, I hope this was beneficial for you. So the big thing I want to reiterate right now is always assume the sell. Have the confidence and skill set to overcome the objections and ask for the sell 2 more times. So a total of 3 times we're going for that yes. We're going for the yes. We're getting this deal done. And then if you do have to schedule a follow-up with them, make sure you control the follow-up. They do not. You are the professional. You schedule the follow-up within 48 hours, no more than 2 days after the initial conversation. Take this, run with it. If you use what you just learned today, you will see success. I assure you. And if you like what we covered in this, I go into extremely more detail, way more information in the PNC Sales Accelerator course. And again, it is not a monthly subscription. It is a one-time purchase. You own it forever. There's absolutely no way that you don't make money on it. So other than that, as always, I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. They are by far your most important asset. And I appreciate you spending them with me today on The Buzz. Go out, change some lives, including your own. Make it great. Use what you learned, and then let me know of your success. I'll see you on the next episode.